Hello everyone, this is Jason. Today we are going to look at some fundamental concept of writing. I will teach you some principles as to how to write in English, and I will use some individual videos to focus on specific topic each time. And I hope this series of videos can help you write better. You can watch this video several times and make notes on your handout. Okay, and hopefully the recorded lectures can improve your understanding, comprehension of the concept. And alright, so let's first download the handouts and let's get started. In general, when we look at the writing style between Chinese and Western cultures, we will soon notice some salient differences. First and foremost, Westerners tend to write, especially in English, tend to write more direct and explicit with clear and straightforward communication. And in contrast, Chinese writing tends to be more indirect or implicit. That means it's not so straightforward. And so, for example, we have the phrase Chinese, we say 起承转合, which means in writing or when you telling a story, you will hear a beginning, then development, then climax, and finally conclusion. However, Westerners they begin writings with a hook, some important facts, and then a thesis statement. So usually you'll hear people say thesis statement. Right? What's the thesis statement of the article? And you also hear people say topic sentences. So what's the difference between topic sentence and a thesis statement? So where can you find these elements in writing? And these elements actually are very important. They help you to structure an article. And so you have to know this first. So let's take a look at your handout together. Okay, now let's take a look at the definition of thesis statements in your handout. When we talk about thesis statements, the Chinese translation can be 主旨句. So when we talk about 主旨, another word is gist, G-I-S-T, the gist of the article. So usually is the overarching argument. Okay, so let's take a look at the definition of this important concept of writing. A thesis statement, or simply called thesis, is a clear, concise statement or central idea that the writer puts forward and intends to support, discuss, or prove within a piece of work, such as an essay, research paper, or a speech. The thesis serves as the main point or focus of writing, often near the end of the introductory paragraph. But in longer works, it may appear in the introduction section. It provides reader with a sense of the writer's position on the issue and the direction of the work will take. So this is very important. It talks about, it's a sense of the writer's position, right? So when you think about position, you think about what's your stand, because maybe some people that they are for, they are against. So we can think about why the author says so later, but usually the author will point out his position in the very beginning, and so that's called the thesis statement. And it continues, says, a well-crafted thesis statement is specific, arguable, and offers unique perspective or interpretation on a particular topic. Okay, and what is similar is the topic sentence. Topic sentence is clear and concise statement that appears at the beginning of the paragraph in a piece of writing. So you can see here it says appears at the beginning of the paragraph. And it serves as a guide for the reader introducing the main point or central idea of that particular paragraph. So the topic sentence is designed to provide a preview of the content that follows within the paragraph and helps to maintain the overall coherence and organization of writing. We'll talk about coherence later in other handouts. And it acts as a bridge between previous paragraph, the current one, ensuring that the reader can easily understand the purpose of focus and of the coming information or discussion within that paragraph. Okay, so it seems that topic sentence and thesis statements, they are quite similar, right? But they are actually a little bit different, okay? So what's the difference? A thesis statement is the overarching idea that governs the entire work. That's why it's called 主旨句, the gist of the entire work. Topic sentence is actually serve as actually kind of a main point of that specific paragraph. Okay, so it's called 段落主题句. Okay, 段落主题句. So thesis statements provides an overall direction for the entire piece of work. So provides the overall direction and the overarching central idea, right? So thesis statement actually serve as the overarching central idea, while topic sentences provide direction for individual paragraphs within that larger work. The thesis statement has a broader scope and typically appears at the beginning of the essay, okay, usually in the introduction. And it encapsulates the main argument, okay, of the purpose of the entire work. So you can see that this is actually a diagram that shows you, okay, where you can find the thesis statements and the relationship between the thesis statements and the topic sentences. So the thesis statement is the overarching central idea, and topic sentence, the main point or argument of the specific paragraphs. That's why Chinese thesis statement 叫主旨句 and topic sentence 叫做段落主题句. So in short, you can say 主旨跟主题. Alright, so this is another diagram that shows you that when we talk about an essay structure, you'll see the structure that shows you, usually at the very beginning you have the introduction, and in the introduction you will see the thesis statement, and later you have some following or paragraphs, right? And these paragraphs, in each paragraph you also find a topic sentence, and that topic sentence will support your main idea, main argument. That's your thesis statement. Okay, so let me show you some slides to help you understand these differences. So let's take a look at the structure of a paragraph and an article. Now this is usually the three major elements of an essay. You have an introduction, you have body, and you have a conclusion, right? And then in the introduction, you may have several elements. We don't have time to talk about that. But usually you will have the thesis statement, right? Your position. So when you want to write about something, you may have some facts, you want to point out some background information first, explain the issue first, and then what's your position, on this issue, okay? And then you will also write several paragraphs to support your thesis, your position, why you are against, just like the use of nuclear power, why you're against, why you're for. Okay, so maybe you write out your position at the very beginning of your writing, and then you try to explain, in the following paragraphs, and later you will have conclusion. So for example, this is actually an introductory paragraph. You can see ever since the invention of modern computers in early 20th century, blah, 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 all the way you see that also tries to provide some, general background, okay? And although some argue that so also points out some kind of argument, but this is actually not his position. His position you will see at the end of this paragraph, the introduction. However, as technology improves, employers in all fields should look to maximize their robotic workforce and minimize human error. So this is actually, you can see the position where the author supports or against the use of computer, robotic production, or robotic workforce. So this is actually the very beginning of the writing. In the introduction, you will see the thesis, 主旨, all right, okay? So the structure is more like this. You have the thesis, all right, your stand, your position, at the very beginning, and then you write several paragraphs, and then in each paragraph you will find a topic sentence. Okay, and so this is what you see on your handout, right? Thesis is supported by topic sentences. All right, this is another diagram that shows you their relationship. So topic sentence basically is an arguable statement, right? It's an arguable statement, right? And that makes assertion or a claim or general statements that summarize the whole point of the paragraph. So here one word is missing in an arguable statement, right? That makes assertion. So what is assertion? Assertion is a strong belief, but you have to prove it. A claim is usually people say that so, may be true, may not be true, and you also have to prove it. So usually when we write a topic sentence, there are several ways to write a topic sentence, especially the strong topic sentence. So let's take a look at your handout together. Okay, so how to write a strong thesis statement or a strong topic sentence, right? Both thesis statements and topic sentences serve as a critical elements, okay, in structuring and organizing written work. And so they have to provoke discussion, debate, and critical thinking. So they are actually not an obvious fact, okay? So let's take a look at here. Number one, it says a strong thesis or topic sentence is not an obvious fact, right? So an argument statement express a position or judgment. So when you write an obvious fact, usually it serves as evidence. So you don't actually, use an obvious fact to be your topic because it's a fact, right? Okay, fact does not require explanation. It serves as an explanation. It does not require explanation. Like sun rises in the east. I go to school every day. Or some phenomenon, okay, or some obvious fact. You don't actually use that to talk about. You don't use that as a topic to talk about it. Okay. And strong thesis topic sentence use hedging word. Hedging word is, you can look up the word yourself. Hedging words, like you try to put hedges around your argument. Hedging words can help us to distinguish an opinion from a fact. Okay, so sometimes people are confused with opinion with a fact, right? A fact does not require, explanation, because a fact serves as an explanation. It does not require explanation. So usually when you use topic sentence, to talk about something of that specific idea, you need to actually show your opinion. Okay, so we use hedging word. Hedging words, just like a conditional words, can also be hedging word, right? Okay, so let me show you what are some hedging words and what hedging mean. So let's take a look at these two examples, and I want to use this slide to explain my points. So let's distinguish a fact from opinion. Take a look at these two examples. A, water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. B, overweight people are lazy. Which one is an opinion? Which one is a fact? So it seems obviously A is a fact, right? So no arguments. A fact, is a fact. It does not require any explanation. But B, overweight people are lazy. This seems that you will probably attracts attention because people may probably believe that's true, right? Okay, so in life we also have a lot of facts, but sometimes people use facts as opinion, and this is very dangerous in writing. Take a look at this. Let's start with number 3. Global warming cannot be avoided. This is a fact opinion. It's an opinion, cannot, right? It snows a lot in Canada in winter. It snows. So this is a fact. Okay. A vegan diet can damage your health. So can damage your health. So this is actually an opinion. it seems that today's students view education as entitlement. It seems that. So it's an opinion. Evidence shows that the Earth is getting warmer. This one is actually a little bit tricky. Shows that it seems that this is a fact, right? But what is a fact or not, you have to prove it. So it can also be a claim or assertion. Well, in this way, you have to prove it. So provides more evidence to prove why you say so. Okay. So why do we need hedging words? Hedging words sometimes help you to protect yourself and also help the writer to avoid sweeping generalization. All right. So when you say fat people are lazy, it's kind of offensive, right? Okay. So not everyone is, the same. But of course, we may see some extreme cases, but they are not always the same. Okay. So you can actually use may, could, can, all right, seem, probably, likely, likelihoods. These words can help you to express your opinion instead of using using an opinion as a fact. All right. So this is very important, and try not to do that in writing. All right. So let's go back to your handout. Okay, so let's go back to the handout. So number 3, it says, a strong thesis or topic sentence includes some information that express a condition with if, provided that, unless, or a similar word. So conditional sentences can also help you to express your opinion, like if something happens and something will happen too. Okay, this is actually if, right? Okay. And number 4, a strong thesis or topic sentence employs a contrasting connector such as although, while, despite. So while contrasting connectors just like although. Okay, so this is especially when we talk about refute. Okay, refute or refutation. If you want actually deal with some common means or an argument that you have strong belief that most people believe in this and which is wrong, then this is what we call refutation. Refutation, Chinese say 驳斥. That means this is wrong. So it begins with although that is true. For example, although he is very rich and most people believe rich people are not generous. Okay. Then comma, Mike is actually a modest person. So you try to actually bring out your argument. Although, so you admit this is a fact or something that's true, but you also bring out something that against someone's expectation. This is called contrasting. All right, okay, connector that help us to bring out our opinion. Number 5 is avoid performative phrases in writing, like I think, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned. These are not necessary because in an essay, if it's not your opinion, usually most of the time is evidence, or maybe you quote someone's idea or some findings. So all the sentences, arguments are actually yours, either yours or maybe you quote someone's findings. So it's really not necessary to write down phrases like I think, in my opinion. It's very common in Chinese students writing. This is not good in very formal essay writing. Okay, so try to avoid number 5 and try to do the 4th suggestions can help you to write a strong topic sentence. Okay, so finally, you can take a look at this chart to understand the differences. Okay, I think this is not that difficult, so you can read this part yourself. Functions means how does this serve? The element serves in writing. Placement means where you can find this right in the article. Okay. And on your handout, you have some exercises. Two exercises actually. One is distinguish an opinion from a fact. Try to actually pay attention to some keywords like if, okay, or maybe some words like may, okay. See, this is actually a very good way to write a topic sentence, but try to distinguish the statement is actually an opinion or fact. And exercise B, try to determine, the strengths of topic sentence, whether it's a strong topic sentences or it's a weak topic sentence. Okay, so I think this two exercises are not that difficult. Try to understand the concept of thesis and topic sentence, and then how to write a strong concept into a statement. Okay, so that's all for this lecture.